Talking to my father about switching jobs, and my father thought I had a pretty good job in the public accounting world, and I told him, Dad, I think I'm going to switch jobs. And he goes, well, who are you going to work for? And I said, well, they're called Basin Electric. I said, actually, they make the power that goes to James Valley Electric that we use here at the farm. And he goes, well, is that a cooperative? Is that a co-op then? And I went, yeah, it's a cooperative. And he says, well, you might be able to make it in that job then, you know.
And distributing electricity to our member systems. But it's still for the same reason, which is to improve the quality of life of that particular members.
Our major objective is to serve, not to fill anyone's pockets, not to raise stock prices so that we will benefit from that, but to serve. It's a whole different mentality. It's not better, it's not worse, it's different. It's very different than a for-profit, we're in this business to make money. No, we're in this business to serve.
Because our success in the past has come from that model. Being together, being unified, speaking with one voice is always more important than money or some of these other things that enter into politics.
And in a world that sometimes is very unpredictable and there's a lot of turmoil, it's really nice to have something that is dependable and organizations that are focused on taking care of each other and taking care of the customer at the end of the line.
Quality of life. We started out improving quality of life. That was our mission when we first started as cooperatives back in the 30s, and it really is the same mission today.
We're in the business of selling energy, but more importantly, we're in the business of serving our members. I don't see a mission statement of any distribution co-op we serve that says, our mission is to serve as many kilowatt hours, or to sell as many kilowatt hours as possible. That's not our mission. Our mission is to serve the members.
We're cooperative, we socialize these costs, we're going to come together and we're going to serve. And that's the most important thing you can think. It isn't, well, we're going to carve out the bakken and charge them more money. It's we're going to get in the saddle together and we're going to serve this load, whatever it takes.
We're truly focused on serving our members in the best way possible, being good stewards of the assets that they have helped us build, from power plants to transmission lines to distribution lines.
It's a lot of things that they do. Operation Roundup is a good example, just straight out cash contributions to various causes and nonprofits in their service territory. We've done dedicated efforts to rebuild Oak Park after the flood destroyed the entire park in Minot.
And if you're always asking yourself, is this in the best interest of the consumer at the end of the line? If you're always using that as a benchmark, then you're going to make good decisions. If you're saying, darn it, we've done this for this many years and that's the way it's going to be, we're not being true to the values.
The great change was rural electrification. That great change manifests itself today into this very large presence.
You look at the distribution environment right now. There have been more changes as we have evolved a smarter grid in the last 10 years than there had been in the previous 70.
I'm so proud of us being a leader in the industry, really, quite frankly, in some of the environmental things that we've tackled over the years. It's important, and I think our forefathers should be given a ton of credit for this because they didn't have any fear in doing this.
All we had was a meter reading a month from our consumers. Now we have a meter reading every hour, sometimes every 15 minutes. And with that data, we can serve them a lot better.
I look back now in retrospect, and there's always an element of risk with this. Serial number one is never pretty. It really isn't.
The distribution co-ops around the country are leading in the deployment of a smarter technology, are leading in the use of social media, are leading in the areas of deploying apps for their members to conduct business with the co-op, whether it's pay a bill, sign up for service, report an outage, or be better educated on their consumption.
We're one of the leaders in the country, in the cooperatives anyway, with respect to renewable energy. Look how much wind generation we have. I mean, we don't have any fear in stepping out and doing things.
I've never been more excited at the possibilities that we have and the tools that we have to better serve our members today. You think about the early days of Basin Electric and the young people that came on board, the Rich Fauchlers, and that had a vision for what this could be, the Kent Jansons of the world, and they did something incredible.
That this is not anybody else's cooperative, it's their cooperative, and they have taken it very seriously that they want it to be successful.
Never before have we been required to work together as closely as we do now.
It's always a good day to go out and talk to the members because, you know, they're the heart and soul. They lead the charge for us.
We've never been more dependent on the electric service that comes to our homes than we are today. The responsibility that we have to do that, and to do that very well and reliably and economically, has never been greater.
You may squabble inside the house, but when somebody says something about your family outside the house or outside your home, and it's a whole different deal. That's exactly right. So, yeah. There is competition for talent, workforce talent. A lot of competition.
We're competing with the Microsofts and the SAPs and the Googles and the Facebooks of the world for the same talent. We're leading with culture. We're leading with what it means to work for a cooperative and how that is distinctively different than any other business model. Not better, different, and something that you can dedicate your career to.
And we want them to understand sort of our culture and how we got to where we're at today, and to continue to take that the next step, to keep moving ahead here with that sort of culture. So,
this is an organization you can trust. This is an organization that will be a career, not just a job. This is an organization that has values that are very similar to your own personal values. And gosh, it's a wonderful recruiting tool.
We operate more as a family than we do as an investor owned. We watch out for one another, we help one another.
They're embracing it, and they welcome the opportunity to dedicate their skills and abilities to an organization that they can trust, and an organization that is stable, and an organization that has a purpose that's much more than just making money.
You want to continue to nurture that, because you can't just tell people to do that. They got to want to do it.
I'm absolutely confident that we have the resources, and we're bringing on the resources to be able to do it. But it's urgent. The clock is ticking.
Yeah, I think we're really set to take the next step here. I really am. I feel really good about it. I do. So.